And welcome back to the channel, guys. This week obviously we have got our first things in and our first things planted. So we have got some onions in, you'll see those on screen now. We have covered them up for the first couple of days. It's not been the warmest, it's miserable here today, but then we've also got the raspberry bushes here that are starting to bud. So a lot of things that are starting to bud now and get going, so we're trying to get as much as we can in. Obviously potatoes are going to be going in a couple of weeks. We're still chitting those, but today's job is in the greenhouse and we're looking to build a potting table. There's going to be a lot of potting coming in the next couple of weeks. Obviously we've got a lot of things going in just to get going really, and then also we've got to be looking at chilies, we've got to be looking at tomatoes or more chilies that we've already got, peppers and cucumbers, starting to get those. Again, I went to one of the local garden centres the other day and they had a lot of choice in when it came to plants. So I have bought some plants. So again, we're going to be putting the costs on the screen at the end of this video to show you how much we've spent so far, how much obviously we're hoping to get back. But we did also have the first harvest of the allotment. We had some rhubarb off the allotment and we made a rhubarb crumble. So again, starting to get stuff off there. We can't see that in the shop, so I'm going to work out how much that would have cost to buy the rhubarb to make that. Obviously some things that we're growing on here we might not find in the store at all times, so we just want to get the cost of that. So we can see still under there starting to come through. I believe these are white onions over here, and these are all things that were left on the allotment. So obviously we've just had to put a net over that and staple that on. The same with this one. Again, that one over there did already have that still on there. So red onions in that bed. We're going to be doing new potatoes in here. We've also found some more things again on here to make some more nets over there, because we're going to have lettuce in there. Again, sort of think what animals might come on and have a nibble at some of the food. So plenty of things on the allotment that we have put to good use. Again, down here still a lot of work to do. We've still got a lot of crates there. The neighbouring allotment hasn't got a fence, so it might be used for that, but then we also need a fence up here. So also what we did get is under those bags, which I've just realised are here, is manure. So they're going to go. We're bringing a couple more compost bins down, so that's going to be going in there. So we're going to have plenty of compost ready for next year to start filling these beds up. But yeah, can't go there. What else can you do with rhubarb? Somebody mentioned rhubarb jam. Has anybody ever had that? Because we've got plenty. Let's get into the greenhouse. Here's all the timber that I have had to buy. So again, costs are starting to add up. We've also got some bark down in here. We've still got the rest of it to go. So started to build a table. We've got the propagator in there. So we're going to build the table around that. Obviously the full width of the back of this greenhouse. Again, we're going to do plenty of potting in here. So we've just left some space for that. You can see we've barked around the beds, and we've also got some hanging strings from here. So we have seen that in a couple of the magazines or on some videos I've watched online. Again, starting to get your tomatoes attached, that help them grow a little bit easier and keep them on the straight and narrow. So we should have tomatoes pretty much all the way down here, every single variant. I did buy some plants, as you saw, from Tick Hill Garden Centre, which is the closest garden centre to our allotment. But they're now stored away in my dad's greenhouse back at his house, just to keep them going. Obviously it's not warm enough in here yet, because we still need to fix that behind me. So we still need to fix that right there. And then obviously start to get them in here when it's a little bit warmer, keep them going, and then we'll get them into the ground as soon as possible. So very interesting, starting to get going now. But let's see how this table comes along. Progress so far. Now for the slats. So you'll see from the video just there, obviously we've got manure in a couple of these beds now, turned it in, also around the fruit trees, so plenty of jobs going on today. So you can see how the beam wall is coming along. I thought I bought enough canes to get all the way to the end, but we're halfway there. I just have put some paths down due to the AEL wood chippings that I've been able to get. The rest of the day, Emily's just asked, what have you been doing all day? And really, is shoveling is the only way I could explain it. So you can see here all these beds are going to be turned over. We've already done the biggest bed. We've just got piles of horse manure, well rotted, to go in there to give the soil a little bit of a lift, because as you can see it did look like this only about a month and a half ago, maybe, yeah, just over a month and a half ago. So all to be dug in. Need to get some in the back there, and we've just gone to pick up 10 more bags. We'll put some around the raspberries there. We've already got some in here amongst the fruit trees. So long day of shoveling. And that seems to be one of the perks of down here. Obviously I can't wait for anything to start actually growing. Again, rhubarb, something that I don't actually eat, so the only thing that we can harvest at the minute is something that I don't eat. So again, all I've got the luxury of is digging all this dirt in. So all day we've been doing this. We've been doing the bench, which is nearly finished now, so I'll show you progress of that, and I'll show you what we have done to finish that. So again, that's just going to be for potting, but also a little bit of multi-purpose use. So plenty of offcuts of wood, because again, you can see the table coming along in there, pretty much the full length of it. But as we know, we did have some bark in here, and we did have bark at the back, but idea is here, obviously use this for potting. Again, we've used some old crates, some size off there, so reusing what is on there. I just had to buy the wood for the actual frame. So again, the reason why we've left it clear underneath is so that as soon as we're done potting, which will be around about May, we can actually use that area for growing. So I'll probably take out a little bit more of the chippings there in the corner where the tripod is, and again just be able to grow all the way across and then all the way down these sides. So it's been a long day, and as usual you'll notice Emily isn't here. She's gone to treat herself to a new computer whilst I do this. I don't know who's the idiot here. So onions on the new potting table that is complete this week. Also drinks to keep us going, and then another haul of rhubarb. Also we've got some more onions, like we said, coming in there, and also we've finally fixed the final part of the polytunnel. So we need a new door. That is next week's job, but we're starting to get ready to start planting finally.